A song ends, and you're still sitting with it 3 minutes later. Someone raises their voice at a stranger in a parking lot, and your chest tightens like it happened to you. You replay a 5-second interaction from Tuesday on Sunday. Most people call this being too sensitive. It isn't a flaw. It's a nervous system running a different operating system than everyone else's. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why and what to do about it.
Some people move through the world lightly. Things happen, they process it, they move on. Then there's another kind of person. Things don't just happen to them, things happen inside them. A criticism doesn't land for a minute, it lands for a week. A stranger's sadness doesn't stay a stranger's. It becomes theirs too. Psychologists have a name for this pattern. It's not a diagnosis, it's not a weakness. It's a trait called sensory processing sensitivity, and roughly 1 in 5 people carry it. Today, we're breaking down what's actually happening in the mind of someone who feels everything deeply, and why the world was never built for people like this.
Sign number 1. Emotions arrive before words do. For most people, an emotional reaction is the end of a thought process. For a deep feeler, it's the start. They walk into a room and sense the tension before anyone says a word. They read a text and feel the mood behind it before they finish the sentence. This isn't intuition in some mystical sense. It's a nervous system tuned to pick up more input. Tone, micro-expressions, silence, timing, and process it faster than it can consciously explain it clearly. The cost? They often can't tell you why they feel something before they feel it, which makes them look moody to people who need a reason first. Sign number 2. They absorb rooms, not just conversations. Ask a deep feeler how a party was, and they won't just tell you what happened. They'll tell you how it felt, who seemed off, who was pretending to be fine, who needed to leave early. This is called emotional contagion sensitivity. Their mirror neuron system, the part of the brain that simulates other people's states, runs hotter than average. It means walking into a tense office can genuinely exhaust them by lunch. Not because anything happened to them directly, because they were carrying the room.
Sign number 3. Small moments get stored like big ones. A friend's offhand comment from 4 years ago, still remembered, word for word. To someone with a less reactive system, this looks like they're holding on to nothing. But here's what's actually happening. High sensitivity is linked to deeper encoding in the hippocampus during emotionally charged moments. The brain treats emotional intensity as a flag that says, "This matters. File it carefully." So the memory isn't stored as a fact. It's stored as a feeling, and feelings don't fade the way facts do.
So where does this actually come from? Research points to 2 overlapping sources. First, biology, sensory processing sensitivity, first studied by psychologist Elaine Aron in the 1990s, appears to be substantially heritable. Some nervous systems are simply wired with a lower threshold for stimulation. Sound, light, emotion, conflict, all register at higher volume from birth.
The cost. Here's what nobody tells people with this trait. Sensitivity without boundaries becomes suffering. They say yes when they mean no because they can feel the other person's disappointment before it happens. They stay in draining relationships longer than they should because they feel responsible for other people's emotional weather. They apologize for things that were never their fault, just to lower the emotional temperature in the room. Over time, this looks like burnout. It looks like anxiety. Sometimes it gets mistaken for depression, but underneath it, often is just an unprotected nervous system, never taught how to filter, only how to absorb. The goal was never to feel less. That's not possible, and it's not the point. The goal is to build a filter between feeling something and owning it. 3 shifts that actually work. Number 1, name the source. When a heavy feeling shows up, ask, is this mine? Or did I just absorb this from somewhere? Naming the source alone reduces its grip. Number 2, build a recovery window. After any emotionally loaded interaction, a hard conversation, a tense room, take 10 unstructured minutes before the next task. Deep feelers who skip this recovery time carry residue into everything that follows. Number 3, let the first no stand. Their gut reaction is almost always right. It's the second guessing, driven by not wanting to disappoint anyone, that leads them astray. Trusting the first read is where boundaries start. None of this dulls the sensitivity. It just stops the sensitivity from running the whole show.
If you've spent your life being told you're too much, too sensitive, too intense, too in your head about things other people brush off, understand this. You're not broken. You're not weak. You're operating a nervous system built for depth in a world that mostly rewards speed. That depth, pointed the right way, isn't a liability. It's the same trait that makes people notice what others miss, comfort people no one else thought to check on, and create things with more feeling in them than anyone asked for. The work isn't becoming less sensitive. It's learning to carry it without it carrying you. If this described you, drop a comment with one word. Which sign hit closest to home? And if you want to understand your own mind a little better every week, subscribe. This is Power Psychology.